Man of many mistakes. I made them so you don't have to, but you can if you want to. I want to talk to the children of Generation X. Yeah, I want to finish out this Generation X series with a better understanding with the children of Generation X. Excuse me. Generation X, like I said in the previous video, are people who were born 1965 to 1980, around that area. And the children of these people now are usually in their late 20s, late 30s, 20s and 30s. So these are adults. Our children are now adults. Our children now are making children. We are grandparents, Generation X. There seems to be a big divide between the relationships of Gen X parents and the children of Gen X. I've been caught in the crossfire of that. I'm maneuvering through it now as we speak. I'm trying to. I couldn't do it my own, so I had to get help. Once I seeked help, I was asked to really pass this on to the children of Gen Xers, right? Your parents, your mom and your dad, most likely was brought up around the time of the inception of hip-hop. Hip-hop, they say, is a form of bebop, which was a predecessor of hip-hop, only in a different style, kind of jazzy, kind of ghetto. The children of Gen X are now discovering hip hop, not rap, but hip hop. They're discovering who their parents were through music, through culture, through video. But very rarely are you told. So I'm going to break it down to you the best I can. Your parents came up in a time of hip-hop music. Your parents came up in a time of R&B music. R&B music back then meant love. It equaled love. R&B equaled love. Every song an R&B artist made had the word love in it at least one time. None of the songs had the word bitch. None of the songs had any of the expletives. These are the building blocks of Gen X parents. Hip hop comes along and it's something that has never been seen before. It's something that was just brand new. And we, fortunately and unfortunately, grew up in that era. Hip-hop started to become more of an expression with expletives. Hip-hop didn't have too much love involved. Hip-hop almost became the enemy of R&B. But thanks to people like Puff Daddy, we figured out how to let R&B and hip-hop get along. And we're doing it to this day. But nonetheless, the children of Gen X have to understand that we were caught in between love and hate. Love because all the R&B music that we heard our parents play, Gladys Knight, Luther Vandross, Freddie Jackson, Four Tops, Spinners, Earth, Wind and Fire. I could keep going and going. Peabo Bryson, Alexander O'Neal, Al Green, Jackson 5. Diana Ross, Donna Summer. This is what we were indoctrinated on. And 99.9% of those songs had to do with love. Along with love songs came the heartbreak songs, which still had to do with love. The loss of it. Hip hop now comes and it's more of an expression of anger, because these children, Gen X, for some reason or another, felt liberated in rebelling, felt liberated in carving out our own world, not having to go to college, not having to be a part of the system. That was the germs of where we are today. We started that. Yeah. We started that type of rebellion. Now, mind you, before us, there was all type of rebellions and riots and Black Panthers and Ku Klux Klan, and you can go back to day one in history with the rebellions. But I'm talking to the children of Gen Xers, just to try to bring the gap a little closer, to bridge the gap, because the gap is so wide. Your parents, children of Gen Xers, grew up on hip hop and R&B. We took on the identity of power. Hip hop empowered us in a way that Black children have never been empowered before, because we can actually make it, create it, and own it and say, yo, that's me. And the message I spread just hits so many other people. I'm important. And feeling important at 12 years old, 14 years old, it's a thing, right? It's a thing, especially if you don't feel important at home. So I found a place to feel important, hip hop. Now, hip hop wasn't just music. Hip hop was a lifestyle. It was a culture. It was graffiti. Yeah, hip hop was graffiti. Hip hop was dancing. Hip hop was music. Hip hop was clothing. Yeah, hip hop was a language. A whole thing that's been fragmented now. But that's what we were born up in. Hip hop tied your sneakers differently. Hip hop wore your pants differently. Hip hop wore your hat differently. It didn't wear it the way mom wore hers or dad wore his. So the gap between us and our parents became wider, because they don't understand why my hat is over here when it should be here. They don't get that. But that was our rebelling. Once we found out that hip hop was available to us, that superseded sports, that superseded education, that superseded being a lawyer, a doctor, or an Indian chief. No, we want to be creative, because we some creative folks. Let me tell you something. Hip hop now is available. So what do? We find our tribes. We find our hip hop tribes, our crews, our posses. We find our tribes, our groups, Tribe Called Quest, they found each other and became who they are. Just kids off the block from Queens. Yeah. The Lost Boys found themselves, became who they are. Just kids off the block from Queens. Run DMC found themselves. Just kids off the block from Queens. Pete Rock, CL Smooth found themselves. Just kids off the block from Mount Vernon. The Locks found themselves. Just kids off the block from Yonkers. I can go on and on and on. Wu-Tang Clan. I can go on and on and on. But I think you get my point. Once we found out that this is what we can do and what we could be, and now we're noticed and recognized by the globe, and we're so recognized that here hip-hop was born in New York, but now this state wants a piece, and that state wants a piece, and this one, and now everybody wants to do what we're doing. Do you know how special that feels? You know what type of ego that gives you? What type of opinion of yourself you have now? What we weren't told about hip hop, and what we had to learn the hard way for some of us about hip hop, is hip hop also came with the bad things. Now, yeah, we're noticed, we have hit records, we're popular amongst people, but behind the scenes, hip hop comes with this. And I want the children of Gen X to understand. Hip hop now becomes with a bar that's set. Because when you come from nothing, you want everything. And if I have a rap record and I say on my rap record, I want everything, that bar is now set for my audience. So if I want $1 million, my audience now wants $1 million. If I want 7 cars to drive one a day a week, my audience now wants 7 cars. So I'm so influential that I've raised the bar of life to inner city children. What we didn't know came with hip hop was a lot of desperate moves, a lot of stupid thinking, just for the sake of wanting to get those 7 cars, wanting to live in that big mansion, wanting to have $1 million. A lot of Generation X took to the streets. They took to a lifestyle of crime. They took to a lifestyle of grifting. They took to a lifestyle of con men. They took to a lifestyle of all the wrong things for the sake of keeping a certain status amongst themselves. Because, see, hip-hop wouldn't really allow the downtrodden in a way where they felt good about themselves. As low as you were, you still had to represent hip-hop. Yeah, new sneakers, new shoes, new clothes, new everything, jewelry, the whole survivor kit. And a lot of us did what we had to do in our eyes to get that. Some of us robbed, some of us steal, some of us connived, some of us schemed, some of us just straight up killed. Yeah. So now morally, we're all screwed up. Screwed up. Because we're chasing something that doesn't exist. We're chasing something that doesn't exist. This just came through some lyrics in a song, and it's so influential and it's so powerful that I now have to become this. And that's the downside of your Generation X mothers and fathers. I'm just trying to explain to you children of Gen Xers who your parents are. While hip hop now is the end all be all with America, and almost the world, because what has it done now? Now hip-hop has superseded R&B. Hip-hop has now superseded rock and roll. Hip-hop now has superseded electronica and pop music. Hip-hop is everything. Hip-hop is the holy grail of life, and we wore it every day. That was our existence, hip-hop. Another thing we did not know about hip-hop was that since we all come from nothing, we want everything. So along with the $1 million and the house and the cars, now we want family. At least we thought we did. I want to make as many kids as I can because I can. I got money. I want every girl that walks the street. I want every guy that walks the street. This is hip hop. This is hip hop. I got 7 cars for each day of the week. Well, shoot, why not have 7 women for each day of the week? I'll call them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's hip hop. If I end up with 3 or 4 baby mothers, guess what? That's hip hop. That's not wrong. That's hip hop. If I end up with a 300 credit score and now I have to sleep on the couch of my girl because she got a job, and all my resources and money went into hip hop, that's hip hop. I have to meet the status quo. I have to be in a group. I have to find my tribe. I have to be a part of this movement. So what am I going to do? Shoot, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave wherever I'm at to find hip hop. That's college, the Navy. I'm out. I'm going to find hip hop. I got to be a part of hip hop. That's your parents, Generation X, children of Generation X. That's your parents on the quest for hip hop. As hip hop matures and progresses, naturally it gets recognized. And just like anything we create, they take. So now hip hop is becoming rap. Hip hop is becoming more lucrative. Yeah. Hip hop's message now is becoming diluted. Well, if we want to get on certain radio stations, maybe we don't want to say this. And well, if we want to make a certain blah, 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 we may not want to say this. You can't say that to hip hop. Hip hop comes from the heart, comes from the struggle. If the guy got shot 10 times, he got shot 10 times. I can't say it was just one bullet. That's hip hop. We can't water it down. But they found a way to water it down. They found a way to make it lucrative. And they found a way to exploit it. Yeah. So now the visuals. The videos. The videos are starting to depict a certain lifestyle. They're starting to depict, if you're not a part of the baby mama, multi-baby mama crew, if you're not a part of the 7 girls a week, 7 cars a week, if you're not a part of more jewelry than your neck can hold, if you're not a part of more money than your pockets can hold, then you're not hip hop. That's when it got contaminated. That's when your parents, Gen Xers, children of Gen Xers, that's when your parents got stuck. That's when your fathers started to become the biggest commodity in America for the prison system and the funeral home. Because see, now the bar is set so high, hip hop has been contaminated. We make it, they take it. And then they realize that, hey, there's even more money in hip hop besides the music and the lifestyle. There's money in hip hop in death. There's money in hip hop incarceration. Oh man, we can make so much more money, so let's just pollute it even more. Now radio stations are saying, well, shoot, we can say bitch and we can say nigger. but we can't say the F word or the S word. So okay, well, new regulations, more pollution. Now we can make records, and now we can down ourselves. We can down our women. Yeah. Bitch, nigger. These are your parents, children of hip hop. Unfortunately, this is who we are. We took the bait for the sake of the money, for the sake of the exposure, for the sake of the fame. But what we did do is we neglected the children that we made out of wedlock. We neglected the families that we thought we wanted. We neglected everything that makes us whole and human and love, and we turned it into something really dark. And we're now paying for it. We are seeing the results of our behavior. That's hip hop. Hip hop, third and last point. Hip hop brought another element to your parents' lives and even your grandparents' lives. You know, hip hop was a really big advocate for drugs, for crack. Yeah. The crack era was in the highlight of hip hop. And just like we were sucked into the contamination of hip hop for the money, we were sucked into another thing that came with it: being high, escaping. Because see, music is an escape, and hip hop music almost demanded getting high while listening. It almost demanded it. It was like, why are you giving me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and there's no peanut butter? I don't eat just jelly. I need both. Some people's choice of drug was crack, cocaine, and all mixtures of that, freebase. Some people's choice of getting high was weed. But in order to be hip hop, you better know how to enhance your spirit, whether it be through spirits, which they call liquor, alcohol, or it be through drugs. And crack just happened to really, really, really be that drug. And crack happened to just dissipate families even quicker. So now what used to be a household of 3 people, say mom and the 2 boys, well, mom, she couldn't cope anymore. She had to have her fix. The 2 boys are left out there to fend for themselves. All the 2 boys knows are hip hop and the drug culture. They're not even equipped with the skills to put a suit and tie on, fill out an application, and go get a job, because that's not hip hop. Get a job? You're lame. Yeah. These are your parents, children of Gen X. A lot of us took chances, stupid chances, just for the sake of staying here where the bar was set, which is way too high for a lot of us. And when we saw we couldn't meet that bar anymore, well, hey, no problem. Here's some crack for you. That'll make all the pain go away. At the same time, family is no longer family. Mom goes her way, children go their way. Dad already went his way. Remember, he's incarcerated. Well, he was selling the crack, so. Yeah, Mom was on the crack, yeah. Pops was selling it and Mom was, yeah. So to bring this home and to wrap this up, children of Gen X, you are the future. You are something to be so proud of. You're something to be so proud of in my eyes, because your parents were very selfish. Your parents were not selfless. We were selfish. And we're now experiencing the results of our selfishness. So if this helps at all in forgiving your parents, your Gen X parents, please consider it. Forgive us, for we just didn't know. We just didn't know. So, not to keep a black eye on hip hop. Hip hop has also been very, very good for people. Yeah, continues to be, but you have to use it in the right way. You have to do the things that you say on your records. You have to do it. You can't just say it, because just saying it is too much of an influence to people. And you have to do it. You got to show and prove. Don't just say it and run away. No, you got to show and prove. If you say you're going to be a family man, be a family man. If you say you're going to do this, do it. Be the example. Maybe we can save some folks like that.